All right, that was a wonderful way to kickstart your Thursday morning. Well, it's time to talk something quite important. Normally, we don't normally do this on Thursdays, but it's a special one because this month is World Physiotherapy Month. Tomorrow is World Physiotherapy Day. So we have a guest in the house with us today, Dr. Faith Duncan-Shotunde, an internationally recognized award-winning board-licensed women and pelvic floor physiotherapist with 13 plus years of clinical experience. Now, our discussion today is, we're talking about World Physiotherapy Day and, of course, the theme of this year, which is on arthritis. Yeah. It is great to have you. You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay. All right. Now, this is something that almost everybody at one point or the other would have to, come in contact with arthritis and pains in the joints and all of that. But before we go into all of that, first of all, what is the World Physiotherapy Day and Month all about?
Okay, so the World Physiotherapy Day, it's a day for physiotherapists all over the world,
okay,
to celebrate the profession, show how much of impact and role they have in the community, to take care of, everyone who has one thing or the other to do with their health.
Okay.
Yeah, and to project the visibility of the profession.
Oh, wonderful.
Because, a number of people don't even know about physiotherapy.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true in terms. But now this year, the theme is arthritis. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Something, what exactly is arthritis?
Okay, arthritis, it could be an acute situation. That means, maybe it just happened today or it happened under 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it could be a long-standing stuff. We call it chronic arthritis. It's like an inflammation of any joints of the body. It could be the neck, it could be the spine, it could be the knee, it could be the wrist, it could be the joints in the wrist or the fingers as well. So it's an inflammation of any joint of the body.
So that means there has to be visible swelling, as it were?
For some people, yes.
Inflammation?
For some people, you see visible swelling.
Okay.
For some people, it may just be pain.
Okay.
And for some people, you may have the pain, you may have the swelling, and then you also have the stiffness. But in the people who are light-skinned, you could also see some redness of that joint. Yes.
Okay.
So very commonly with the adults, you would see when the very common ones are people who complain of the knee pain, the knee arthritis, and you see the swelling. For the fair-skinned one, you see that even with the swelling, there's a patch of redness somewhere.
What causes arthritis?
Arthritis, particularly, could be caused by long-term injuries. At the same time, it could also be caused by an interaction or a fight of the immune system of the body against the joints. That is where we are focusing on this year.
Okay.
Inflammatory arthritis, which could be rheumatoid arthritis. It could be axial spondyloarthritis. So for rheumatoid arthritis now, the immune system is fighting the body of the individual and then causing inflammation. Sometimes we don't even know why this is happening, right? And it can even happen in children. So it's not even just the adults who is having to suffer this issue, right? So when the immune system is fighting the body, there's an inflammation. That inflammation keeps on going. There is pain. It could be warm to touch. There's that swelling. Sometimes they find it difficult to move around, especially when they wake up in the morning. It could even be in the night. Depends on the person and depends on the environment where that person is. The symptoms vary per season, per day, per individual.
Per individual.
Yeah.
Is there a cure for it?
Is there a cure for rheumatoid arthritis? There isn't a cure for rheumatoid arthritis, but we manage the symptoms.
Okay.
Yes, we manage the things. We want to prevent you from having regular inflammation.
So are you saying that when you manage the symptoms, there will never be a case where the symptoms entirely leave the body? Go.
No, because rheumatoid arthritis, like I said, is the immune system fighting the person's body. For rheumatoid arthritis, particularly. Okay, so other forms of arthritis, the osteoarthritis, yes, you can prevent it.
But can it be cured in its entirety?
It depends on the degree of the injury. If you come in early for treatment, yes, we can cure you of your symptoms, we can cure you of the disease itself. But if you wait to the end stage when the joints are now so affected, damaged, the supporting structures are damaged, you now have to go for a surgery to do a replacement, probably a knee replacement.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yes.
Is that this surgery, it's corrective in some ways, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's curative and corrective, yes, but that means that you now have a foreign body in your body.
That will pose its
So,
own
well,
challenges.
yeah, you can cure it when it comes to osteoarthritis. Yeah, it's curable. It's curable, but then you have to wait. Do you want to have some implants in you? Do you want to wait till that point where you have to go for the corrective surgery? Why not, start to prevent? What can you do to prevent yourself?
Now, that's the question. Let's go there.
Okay.
Preventive measures.
Yeah, so preventive measures. Now, we all know that the lifestyle that we are living now doesn't even encourage people to move around so well. We have digitized everything. Everybody wants to have a car. Everybody is on their phone or on their laptop. So when you put so much stress and pressure on the joints over time, repeatedly, you're giving so much work to that joint to do, it starts to wear out. So what we advise as physiotherapists is increase your physical activity level. If you're in a place where there's a staircase, instead of taking the lift, take the staircase. If you don't necessarily have to drive, you want to go to the supermarket down your street, you can take a walk, don't drive. Yeah? If you're working on if you're someone who is a clerical officer and you're in the office, all you have to do a lot of time is you sit. You can take some time in between work to stand up, do some easy exercises, deep squats while you're there. You could be on your system and then you're tiptoeing, you're standing on your toes, up and down, just to ensure that your joints are moving and you're not stationed in one place.
Exactly.
That's an aspect of it. The other aspect of it is what posture do you assume? What posture do you assume in everything that you do? Yes, it's very important that you have the right posture for every time you're doing one thing or the other. So whether you're sitting, are you sitting properly?
One major problem is this.
Right.
I can see there are like 3 people now holding their phones. You see this one?
Exactly.
I think about it. When I do it myself, I don't, but when I look at people also do it and I see how much time we spend like this,
absolutely,
it really does become a problem. I don't know, what can be done about that? We have to use our phones, but because of that posture we maintain, where our spine, there's some form of spine that's bent over and all of that, how do we negate the effects of it, as it were, maybe, what can we do?
Okay, so I would advise that you are intentional about what you do. You already know that if you're going to be on your phone and you're going to have to bend your head forward, it's going to cause an eventual damage, right? So you want to reduce the number of hours you spend on your phone. Can you shift what you're doing on the phone to the laptop or a desktop? So when you shift focus, instead of you being like this, if you're having your laptop on a desk, you can actually have it at your eye level gaze, right? It's at eye level, and then you're looking at it straight up, and you're moving from one point to the other.
Because it's going to be very, very it's not so natural to,
Yeah, it's not, because we're not used to it. It's not so natural to do. But you can actually.
You can do it.
Yeah,
for
you
a
can.
while, yeah, you can.
If the truth is, if you're properly seated, which when you're properly seated, you need to sit with your sit bones. If you put your hand under your buttock, you feel some 2 hard bones underneath your buttock. So if you're sitting on those sit bones, there's no way you can sit slouched. You will sit upright. Now, when you sit upright, it's more convenient for you to actually just do this.
Okay.
Quickly do this.
Okay.
But when you're sitting slouched, you can be like this, you can be like this. It's easier for you that way. And you'll be there for hours.
Yeah.
Now, when it's not convenient for you, when you sit upright, it will tell you and remind you that, oh, I need to shut off time from this thing. Can I find other ways of doing what I'm doing better without necessarily using the phone?
Our lives have just become so, like you said, so digital and so connected, from finances to learning. So even somebody will even say, I'm taking courses, I'm doing it on my phone, I'm gaining knowledge on my phone, I'm relaxing on my phone, I'm talking to my family on my phone. So, everything is all about that. But like you said, being intentional about it and understanding and all of that. And then where you come in and all of that, because like you said, a number of people don't know about physiotherapists and all of that. So a number of times you might have some kind of pain and you self-diagnose. How harmful can that be when you self-diagnose when it comes to issues concerning physiotherapy? Okay,
self-diagnosing is not safe at all anyways. It's always right that you go to the experts, go to see who knows about it, and let them put you through. Now, what self-diagnosing can can cause is this. For instance, let me go back to rheumatoid arthritis. Because rheumatoid arthritis causes inflammation, always and always. Now, that inflammation causes damage to the blood vessels. And when there's damage to the blood vessels, there are buildup of plaques, which causes, the blood vessels are like pipes. It causes a narrowing of that pipe that carries blood to the heart, carries blood to the brain. Now, if you've been self-diagnosing, you just feel, okay, I have this slight pain, or there was this swelling, it came on yesterday, it disappeared 2 days after. It's been happening for like 3-6 months.
Just cold water, ice block.
No, it's not even cold water they would use. Our culture is to use hot water. Yes, so they will use hot water. And when you're feeling, the more pain that you feel, they'll tell you, it's working, it's working. Now, what will happen? No pain, no gain, right? That's what people would always say. Exactly. So, what happens to that kind of person over time is that person stands at a higher risk of having cerebrovascular disease, which can eventually lead to stroke.
Wow, and that's talking about the brain. When you hear this,
talking about the brain damage, can eventually lead to heart disease. So you don't know because you are not educated in that line. True. But if you go to the experts, you come to the physiotherapists, you see your doctors, they tell you, okay, this is what's wrong with you. This is what you should start doing. Right. It may seem like a regular swelling, but it's not a regular swelling.
Doctor, we have to go now. I just want to rush it. Is there any occasion to mark this where someone can do checks or something? Are you guys?
Oh, absolutely. So every September 8th, all over the world, let's say you don't even have money.
Okay.
Every September 8th, physiotherapists always dish out free services.
Doctor, please share.
So you just want to...
Tomorrow, September 8th. Doctor, I will get your contact. I'm coming to you. I'm having my free physiotherapy session, right?
That's fine. We'll see what's free on our table for you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. It was a pleasure talking to you.
It was a very good time being here with you.
Thank you. All right, that's it. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. Our final guest will be right here after this.